if they're wanting to spread out the budget a little bit.
Well, now that we're past the holidays and everyone's kind of cleaned up all the decor, they're probably really realizing it's time for some new flooring, and so it's perfect time.
That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
Get the tree down and put in some new carpet.
Exactly, yeah. Well, thank you so much for having us.
Well, you're
it's always
welcome.
a pleasure to be here.
Well, I'm glad you came today.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Fine. 35 degrees in Jackson, wind chill 28, and today should be a nice day. Mostly sunny by this afternoon, a high of 45. It's good news for, the 600 crews working to restore power following last week's ice storm and yesterday's ice storm. Here in Jackson, we didn't experience the full wrath of Mother Nature, but in mid and northern Michigan, they got another ice storm, and 45,000 people in mid-Michigan lost power. Consumers Energy is working to restore power to those folks and the remaining customers from last week's storm. In Jackson County, as of 7 o'clock today, 7,676 customers are awaiting restoration, including Andy.
Yeah, we have a couple still here. Myself, Joe, your other son, but he got Wi-Fi back. Andy
Jeff?
has it. No, Jeff. Yeah, Jeff. Two Hollies and the Steers don't have power. But your other son has a natural gas generator. Came with the house, obviously. That's not something he would have put in. I'm thinking about getting one after I see how much this costs him. I'm anxious to see, what's a week cost on natural gas generator. So, no, I have a ton of people. I should thank. I have a lot of people help me out. I am very happy that I live in this town. The people that help me out. You saw yesterday I had that wire thing fall over. Well, you have to have a real electrician come fix that. And luckily enough, I'm friends with the real electrician, and they saved the day yesterday. So now I'm just waiting for Consumers Energy to come back and do a storm reconnect, not a regular reconnect, a storm reconnect, because that was damaged by the storm. So just, as soon as that happens. So we'll be excited to get home. And I know you'll be excited to get us out of your house.
And I think the technical term is not wire thing, but mast.
Well, there's many different parts to that, and I don't want to misspeak. So I think wire thing is something that we all can understand, for sure.
Is storm reconnect, does that take longer than the regular reconnect?
Regular reconnect would take longer than the storm reconnect. Storm reconnect is more important than a regular reconnect because...
Do you think that will happen today?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen today or sometime tonight. But yeah, it's wild out there. You know, people think it's like easy to fix this stuff, I think, right? Have you ever seen some of these wires? They're very dangerous.
I know, you don't know what the wires are. There's cable, there's...
Yeah, I get scared of them. So yeah, it's nuts. A couple Grand River stories. It's our Love Living in Jackson today, presented by Heather Herndon. And each week Heather reminds us why it is great to live here. I'm going to add some stuff to Heather's normal good stuff, but you'll want to visit St. Patrick's Day for Kegs and Eggs, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. for an Irish brunch. Other Irish specials through the day, live music inside and outside, morning till night. New on Mondays. Mondays is game day. Every Monday from open to close, the game room is open for darts, foosball, basketball, Jenga, and more. I went to Grand River yesterday. What was yesterday?
Monday.
Yesterday was Monday? Really?
I think so.
Is it? Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy because I had no idea. So I thought it was Wednesday yesterday. They had the game room open last night. No wonder.
Game room.
Yeah, Grand
They have a
River.
game room?
Yeah, I just said that. Yeah, they have Pop-A-Shot, foosball, ping pong table, and in like where we have our staff party in the back room. So it's nice. So after we ordered, Ella and I went into the game room, and then when our food got back, we ate with Stephanie, and then we went back to the game room. It's very nice. It's cool. And new paper menus.
Oh.
Wait, there's more. All items on the menu, other than pizza, have a half price portion and price option.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Every single one. So there you go.
Well, I like the paper menus. I've never been a fan of the tablet menus.
Me neither, because sometimes I have a hard time working it.
Sometimes they're caked with.
Goo.
Well, that's good news. So we do, yes, a lot of
It is
great
good
reasons to love living in Jackson. Now, we do have a couple of school notes from the last week's storm. The middle school, high school at Vandercook Lake still without power, although Superintendent Tracy Lauder says some of the building has power. Some classrooms are 75 degrees, some classrooms are 50 degrees. So they're going to wait till the whole place has their power.
Yeah.
And at Jackson College, they've got power restored to, well, just about everything except one of the residence halls without power. So because of that, the residence halls will remain closed till after spring break, which is next week. And there's no food service today at Jackson College because all the food went bad, so they're waiting for a new delivery of food, and they hope to restart food service next week. And that's also the case at Vandercook Lake. There's no food service because there's no food.
Yeah. That's another thing that with the storm, the amount of food that's people have lost is just incredible. Are you paying attention to any of the student loan hearings that are supposed to happen today?
Yes, the Supreme Court today is going to hear arguments that would allow President Biden to cancel student debt.
I would like him to cancel my electric bill. Well, when's the hearing on that? How do you think that's going to go?
Supreme Court, you never know.
You never know.
Can't predict.
Well, you think about all the money that's been spent on this topic already, right? It's probably enough to wipe out all that student loan debt. I would think that the amount of money spent on talking, promoting, has already eclipsed what's Americans owe in student debt. But I guess that's government at its finest.
Tens of millions of low to middle income Americans would be affected. The president wants to cancel up to $20,000 per person in student loans. So a lot of people waiting for that.
Yeah, anyone who's passed their student loan, thinks this is ridiculous. And of course, anyone with a student loan, for the most part, would love to not pay the student loan, right? It just makes sense. So
crazy weather all throughout the country. Los Angeles getting snow for the first time in 40 years. And New York City, until yesterday, did not get any snow.
yeah, that's what I had heard.
Yeah, for the first time all season, New York City finally showing up, snow's finally showing up so far, this is it. This is the most snow they've had all season. So people are delighting in New York City. They love
Lovely.
snow in New York City.
It looks like fun.
It's not winter in New York City without snow.
I have never been to New York City.
That's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should go.
You should go.
Everyone who goes say you have to go to New York City. You should
Today
go.
would be a good day because it's snowy in New York City.
What'd you have for dinner last night?
I don't remember because I've been sick for the last 3 days, and I can't hear a word you're saying.
Well, that's fine.
I can't hear anything now. Yesterday I couldn't taste, I couldn't breathe. I don't know if my taste is back. I can breathe now.
Oh wait, you lost your taste?
No,
If I would have
it
said
was-
that on this show 2 years
it's not
ago, you would
COVID.
have called me aside.
It's from the cold. It's a cold.
Yeah, it's just a
And-
little head cold is all. You've
Yeah.
been tested, of course. You know what I'm looking forward to? Jackson High versus Lumen Christi basketball tonight.
tonight.
It is tonight.
Live on JTV.
Live on JTV, and we're excited to bring you that. They don't play all the time like they used to. This will be the one matchup.
Used to play twice a year.
Used to play twice a year. I'd love to see that come back. It should. And we used to call this the city championship, but I'm not comfortable calling it that because they haven't played in a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll just call it a crosstown rivalry tonight. But hey, if you don't have power, come out to the game. It's I heard they're having Chick-fil-A there. Did you hear this? I hear they're
What?
having Chick-fil-A at the game.
Are you making something up?
No, I saw it on Facebook,
Really?
and everything you see on Facebook is
Okay,
real.
so the closest Chick-fil-A is about 40 miles away. So
That's what I thought. Like,
Yeah.
but you've never been to an event that has Chick-fil-A catered. They know what they're doing.
Oh.
They just put them in those sandwich bags and put them in like one of those pizza warmers, and they're piping hot when they get to you. So, boy, I hope they have Chick-fil-A tonight over there. Or else
Where's the
there's gonna-
game at?
I think it's at Lumen Christi.
Christi.
It is at Lumen Christi High School. So we're looking forward to that. Live coverage tonight presented by Avenue Auto around 6:45 p.m.
We don't have a Chick-fil-A here. We don't have a Krispy Kreme here either, but it's possible coming soon we could see Krispy Kreme at McDonald's. Starting March 21st, McDonald's is expanding its partnership with Krispy Kreme to approximately 160 locations, mostly in the Louisville, Lexington area right now. It's kind of a test to see if there is a demand for the popular donuts. They have original glazed chocolate iced with sprinkles and raspberry filled at select McDonald's. So those might be coming to McDonald's.
I remember when they had their own standalone restaurants. You remember the one outside of the Eastwood Town Center
Yeah.
that they had, and it lasted a few months. So, yeah, very interesting. It's I don't know if anyone can get past Dunkin' Donuts, right? It's tough. Dunkin's got the market.
I don't know. We have a Hinckley's in Jackson, so
We do.
who needs any other donut?
I don't.
We are in the start of the postseason in high school.
Oh my
sports.
gosh.
And here's an interesting story. In Nebraska, a cheerleader, her whole team quit.
What?
She was the only one left. She was the only cheerleader left.
I like
The
her
whole
parents.
team quit, so she competed all by herself in the Nebraska State Championships. She competed solo. Her teammates quit for personal reasons.
Really?
I thought we had a picture, but I guess we don't.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
Let me get
Yeah.
to some local sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do some local sports. We've got the Extreme Dodge scoreboard brought to you by our good friends at Extreme. And you mentioned that we are into playoffs, girls are, but let me get to the boys first. Here's some scores. Grass Lake 59, Vandercook Lake 43. It was Michigan Center 78, Hanover Horton 60. 78, that's a lot for a Hanover Horton team to give up. Columbia Central, they beat Blissfield 48-44 in overtime. Over to those girls' playoff basketball scores. So these district action, and we've got Mason 49, Jackson 29. So the Jackson girls' season is done. Adrian, they beat Hillsdale. Homer, they beat Concord, and it was Reading over Addison. Lumen Christi advanced by beating Michigan Center. They will play Grass Lake on Wednesday, and then Leslie beat Potterville in a close one. Here's what's coming up on deck tonight. Boys basketball, we've got Columbia at Northwest, Concord at Union City, Vandy at EJ, Manchester at Hanover, Grass Lake at Clinton, of course, Jackson High at Lumen Christi. Jackson Preps hosting Michigan Center on the road, Napoleon at Western. Napoleon looks to remain undefeated, keep that perfect season alive, and then Bronson will be in town at Springport, and that's on deck thanks to Extreme Dodge and our good friends over there for helping us bring you scores and highlights every single day on JTV and JTV.tv.
So next week, boys districts.
Next week, boys districts. Yep. So yeah, when with the cancellation, the storm, there's been a lot moved around. Some games have been canceled, but yeah, they had to get a few games in, before playoffs start.
Yeah, last week they had Hanover play at Grass Lake, and then I think there was another.
Yeah, there was
so
like
they
a
moved
double
around.
header, triple header. Yeah. Oh, here's your cheerleading gal.
Oh yes, we do have the cheerleader, the competition in Nebraska. So apparently cheerleading isn't as popular in Nebraska as it is here in Michigan because the stands. Well,
Wow.
maybe everybody's sitting on
Everyone
one side
could
of the
be
arena.
on the other side.
Yeah.
So this doesn't look like a competitive cheer.
It's just her. I mean, the rest of the team quit.
Yeah.
So what could she? We don't know what the other cards might have said. Maybe go.
Go fight, win. Noah, can you call that school's athletic director and get a statement?
Yeah. So.
Interesting. Yeah, who knows what happened? You never know. There could have been something with a boy and a boyfriend. And
Personal reasons, that's all they're saying, so we don't know.
you never know. You never know.
She did not win.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of.
It's hard to
lot of
win the team championships when you're the only.
Yeah, that's tough. I can't
Yeah.
imagine how difficult that was for her to go out and do that by herself.
Give her a lot of credit.
Yes, for sure.
Who's on the show today?
Got a great show lined up. We're going to get things started with our sheriff, Gary Schutte, and under sheriff, Chris Simpson, right after this break.
It's jaw-dropping, it's eye-popping, it's gut-busting.
It's showtime.
That's right. The whole world loves Beetlejuice. It's a rowdy, rambunctious, rollicking good time. And a big, fantastical funhouse.
Beautiful.
Everyone agrees this show is
So good.
You've never seen anything quite like. What else do you need to hear? Beetlejuice. Coming to Wharton Center March 14th through 19th.
Give the gift that lasts. The Jackson YMCA has something for everyone on your shopping list. Skip the traditional gift of things and give an experience at the Y, where no matter what age, there's something for everyone. Give the child on your list a youth membership for one of our after-school adventures. Out of ideas for mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa? Send them to the Y, where they can enjoy the pool, indoor walking track, wellness center, sauna, steam room, and so much more.
Open your Michigan-made checking account with True Community Credit Union. When you open a Michigan-made checking account, you can earn up to 5.25% APY each month based on the activities and relationships you have connected to your account. The more points you earn, the higher the rewards. Plus, there's no minimum balance or monthly fee. Visit trueccu.com to open your Michigan-made checking account today.
Frank Center for the Arts in downtown Marshall is your destination for live music and entertainment. Experience world-class performances in an upscale historic setting. Visit thefrank.org. The Frank Center of the Arts, intimate venue, ultimate experience.
Now is Extreme's Ram Make the Switch event. Did you know you can custom order a new Ram for less than buying one, and you'll have it in 10 to 12 weeks? Also, have you seen the new Jeep lineup? Lease prices are great this month. Finally, the Extreme buying team would like to purchase your vehicle. Extreme pays top market value. It's easy, safe, and you get paid on the spot. Visit Extreme Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Jackson or online at extremedodge.com.
Oh, yeah.
You know who opens drains others can't? Minuteman Sewer and Drain, sewer and drain experts. Never hesitate to call. They can fix a problem before it becomes a bigger problem. And they stand by their name and guarantee their work. They open drains that others can't. MinutemanSewer.com.
The Jackson High Ambassador Auction is happening. It's coming up. It is on Friday, March 10th, and it's a great event. I love love to go to this event every year, and I always find a gem in the silent auction. I actually found, believe it or not, a participation medal from a 1920s Olympics that I got at the Jackson.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
you remember that. It was cool.
Yeah.
So you never know what you can find at the Jackson High Ambassador Auction. So if you'd like to get tickets, give them a call, or you can visit jhsambassador23.givesmart.com.
You could win pound cakes as baked by J.I. Principal Monica Pierce.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thanks to Vermeulen's Home Furnishings bringing you the morning show today. Vermeulen's for 3 generations has been serving our community with quality furniture, design service, and community support. Thanks to everyone at Vermeulen's. A lot of great deals going on right now at Vermeulen's on West Michigan Avenue.
We'd now like to welcome our sheriff, Gary Schutte, and under sheriff, Chris Simpson. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing well. Gosh, what a crazy last few weeks it's been, just in general. I know it's always crazy for you guys, but let's start with the storm. What type of impact does that have on you guys? I assume you get a lot of different calls than you normally would during regular times. Talk a little bit about the storm.
Sure. So, like the first night that the storm came in, we were inundated with calls. We had 87 calls just in a 6-hour period, and we were scrambling, going all over the place, trying to make sure that we're cording off areas where there's wires down, and of course trying to block streets off that had trees down over them so cars don't run into them. It was chaos for a little while.
Yeah, it's hard to do in the dark too.
It is very difficult. It is very difficult.
Yeah, you guys probably had your own team with power issues.
Yeah, I was out from, was it Thursday until early morning Thursday until Sunday night, 7:30.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Luckily I have a generator.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's one thing. People have said, oh well, everyone, the important people get their power back. There are consumers, energy executives today still without power.
Talked to one yesterday that didn't have power.
It doesn't matter who you are. It's just
no.
Oh.
No, I don't think so. Unless you have a friend that's a lineman you used to work with for 30 years. I think that might be the only thing that can get you.
I think our emergency management, for Jackson County did a fantastic job of pushing information out as far as what was coming, when it was coming, and, kind of gave everybody in Jackson County that preparation. So, kudos to Jason Brining and his team. They did a fantastic job with that. And, we knew it was coming, and it was just a preparation for it, and then, obviously responding.
Yeah, they've got incredible calls. People in the worst times of their lives are calling, and they're in panic situation. And it's a lot of juggling that the dispatchers have.
Sure, but Jacksonians are resilient.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been here before, we've done it, and we're through it. And we'll clean up and get some homes repaired, and some vehicles repaired, and cut trees the whole 9.
Yeah, I was just saying that.
But we always rebound well.
Yeah.
I mean, Jacksonians are and Michiganders for that part, very resilient.
Yeah, I was mentioning earlier, this community is a great place to live in general, but especially during something like this. I mean, friends, neighbors, this community always seems to come together at those times. So. And definitely, I'm sure everyone's seen someone with a chainsaw out helping someone.
Oh, yes.
Around there, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's people who've opened their showers and living rooms to friends and neighbors.
Oh, I'm sure they have. Yeah, I'm sure they have, just like the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
There was the incident across the state a few weeks ago where there was a hoax call into school districts saying that a shooting had already happened. Talk us through, we've heard about the incredible response from all departments. Talk about what goes on during that. There's a lot of moving parts to that as well, and these hoax calls, gosh, they're tough, right, Gary?
they are. I'll take a step back a little bit. We prepare for this.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's the time that we live in, right? And We had all sorts of different trainings that we went through. We did trainings with local fire departments. We did trainings with all of our local police departments in this area. And then we did our own training. In fact, we were at Luma Christi High School. They allowed us the use of their high school to train specifically for a response to this type of an incident. So we were well prepared for it. You hate to say that you have to prepare for something like this, but it's the time that we live in.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
And it was an all hands on deck call out. So we had 55 police officers there in a very short amount of time. In fact, I know we were there clearing the hallways out before many of the school personnel even knew that it was a hoax call.
That's amazing.
So we had a lot of positive responses from staff at Jackson High School. There's 40 plus entrances and exits from that school. We had all of them covered within 6 minutes.
That's amazing.
So I think that was a fantastic job. In a left-handed way, it was nice because we were able to actually practice it real time.
Right, yeah, amazing.
Real time.
Yeah.
We had fire on scene that blocked off the streets. We had rescue and ambulance there, ready to respond in the event that, God forbid something had happened. And we had police officers on scene going in, using proper tactics and doing things that they were supposed to do.
Oh, that's
so I know it shook the kids up, and I know it shook the staff up, and that's a shame.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's amazing to hear that response. And there's a lot of things the community doesn't think about. You think 40 exits to a building need to be covered, manpower. I mean, there's a lot that goes on that the general public just has no idea what's going on, right, Chris?
Yes, absolutely. And the sheriff mentioned it, and we definitely approach it from a proactive standpoint of training, and not just training within law enforcement or first responders, but training with our soft targets, schools, churches, things of that nature. And we tell our school districts, your EAGs or your emergency action guidelines that you have, because every school has protocols on what they're going to do when they lock down or how they lock down. It's important to practice them, rehearse them, and take them serious. We all pray that it never really happens here, but we all know that it is a possibility.
Is there any way the perpetrators are going to get brought to justice?
It's going to be a difficult task, just because of the fact that there was so many that were done in Michigan. They used a couple of different programs that frankly are difficult for us to trace. But we do have some really good people working on it, to the Michigan State Police and the FBI. And they have things that I don't understand. They have magic wands when it comes to the electronic grid and the internet and the informational systems that are out there. So I'm confident that they'll get us in some direction. But when you're really sophisticated and you're pulling off this hoax, you have to wonder, what is the intent behind it? That's the thing that we've been trying to decipher ourselves. What is the end game here? Maybe there's nothing. Maybe it was just a prankster doing this. But we always have to be thinking about what is the potential here? What is the possibility?
It's chaos. So there's people who just want to create chaos and havoc.
Some people, for sure. Michigan State, very close to the situation. Maybe you guys were even involved in some way. Talk a little bit about kind of what happened at Michigan State and just kind of what you guys witnessed.
So interestingly enough, I was in Ann Arbor with my daughter. She goes to the University of Michigan when it all came in. So we had made contact with their command center and offered up our special response team for Jackson County to respond to it. We were informed that they had enough personnel on ground that they didn't need any additional assistance. I personally texted Sheriff Rigglesworth in Ingham County and talked with him about whether or not he needed any additional assistance, and told him to let me know if he did. They did not. But we were ready to go. I know a lot of our guys were contacting both myself and other commanders who wanted to go up there and respond and assist. which is very heartening. During a circumstance like that, they want to go out there, and that's the kind of police officers that we have in this community. Cool. They want to respond to those kinds of things, and people need to understand that. You know, in this day and age, unfortunately, police get a bad rap for a lot of different reasons. Some of it's earned, right? But the reality of it is 99% of our officers, and I would say in Jackson, dare I say 100%, are ready to serve at a moment's notice and do a fantastic job.
Yeah, I think we're pretty lucky.
I agree.
And you see really, not just in that particular situation, but really on a day-to-day basis, the cooperation, the intergovernmental agency cooperation that we have in Jackson County. A lot of counties don't have that.
Yeah, they don't. As you can see, the response from Michigan State, but before that, you know, first and foremost, you know, my condolences to the families and those who were injured. My daughter just graduated from MSU a couple of years ago, and you know, as they show the pictures of the victim, I mean, I see my daughter in some of those pictures, and I'm very remorseful to those families. But Lansing has a good cooperative law enforcement community with MSU DPS, East Lansing, Lansing PD, MSP, I mean, Ingham County, Eaton County, some of the townships. I mean, they're very blessed to have good law enforcement in that area. And we liken to Jackson just like Lansing area.
A lot of the training that occurs, and it's daily, it's all behind the scenes. The average citizen has no idea the amount and the type of training that you're going through and you're putting your people through every day.
Right, yeah, and it's not just that tactical response that you see, it's the tabletop exercises as well, sitting around and talking about what ifs. And those are so important because they allow us to explore the absurd, right? And then formulate a plan in the event that something like that happens. And we get pretty creative when we talk about those types of things, and I think it's very helpful in our responses. And you can see it as it takes place in real time during the training exercises that we do. And of course, we were witnessing it as it happened in real time in Ingham County at Michigan State. And you can tell that they're well prepared as well. I don't know if you had an opportunity to listen to any of the dispatching that was going on. And the dispatcher did an absolutely fantastic job too. So obviously they're well greased for this type of an emergency.
Well, I want to thank you both for all you do in the community, and especially for taking time today to talk to the people in our community. We certainly appreciate it.
No, anytime.
Anytime. We'd be happy to come back anytime you would like.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Our welcome. Sheriff, Gary Schutte, and Under Sheriff, Chris Simpson. More of the morning show right after this quick break.
Come to the Jackson Antique and Collectible Show March 3rd and 4th at the Jackson Fairgrounds. From 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., find over 100 booths inside. Admission is $3, kids under 12 free. A picker's dream with thousands of unique items. The Jackson Antique and Collectible Show.
Within the folds of your life, you find the passion and drive to keep pushing forward. Growth comes from continually moving ahead in every stage of life. Count on County National Bank to help with seamless financial solutions. We can act quickly and accommodate your needs, whatever life brings your way. Our local bankers understand our community and your goals.
Let's work together.
Learn more about our personalized banking services at cnbb.bank. Member FDIC.
Family owned and operated, make professional tree care your choice when it comes to your property. Our certified arborists will examine your landscape and handle all your trimming and maintenance needs. From tree removal to tree trimming and stump grinding to lot clearing, PTC gets the job done. Professional Tree Care is proud to serve members of the Jackson community using cutting edge equipment, and your satisfaction is our guarantee. Visit us online at ptcjackson.com or call 517-499-2820.
Collins Brothers Floor Covering has been serving the Jackson community for over 80 years. We specialize in residential and commercial projects and offer a full range of flooring materials from carpet to luxury vinyl. With endless colors, styles, and patterns to choose from, we can complement the look of any room. Quality products at the best value and customer satisfaction are guaranteed when you choose Collins Brothers Floor Covering. Contact Collins Brothers Floor Covering and see how we can personalize your project today.
At Blair's Car Care, honesty and customer satisfaction have always been the most important thing for us. We have been serving loyal customers in Jackson County for almost 100 years. We do auto repair of all sorts, including tires, alignment, brakes, oil changes, and much more. For more information, please call 517-782-8116 or come stop by at 2424 Wildwood Avenue and experience for yourself what makes Blair's so special.
The Enchanted Forest Bar and Grill has something for everyone. They offer a large menu with a variety of meals to choose from, including many Middle Eastern options, along with the everyday favorites. Enjoy live music and dancing, pool table, huge bar and large banquet hall, perfect for your next gathering, wedding reception, graduation party, and more. And don't miss Sunday brunch, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Experience a great night out at the Enchanted Forest Bar and Grill, located at 3705 Ann Arbor Road in Jackson.
Today's show is brought to you by Cascades Manor, located in the beautiful 465-acre Cascades Park. The Cascades Manor is the perfect location for your next special event, available 7 days a week for private gatherings. Whether you have 15 people or 275 people, make the Cascades Manor your spot for your next event. Visit cascadesmanor.com, and there's still some open dates for weddings in 2023, so give them a call.
Last week, the Career Center Open House was a victim of the ice storm, but they've rescheduled it for tomorrow, March 1st. Wednesday, March 1st, come on out to the Jackson Area Career Center from 4 to 7 p.m. Meet the instructors, see the beautiful facilities, learn about the opportunities available to everyone in our community at the Jackson Area Career Center. Joining us now is the mayor of the city of Jackson, Daniel Mahoney. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
This is a powerful show. We have sheriff, undersheriff, now mayor. I mean,
wow.
I don't know what's...
Puts a lot of pressure on the next guest.
It does put a lot of pressure on the next guest. We were just talking. We've ran into each other almost every weekend, I feel like, in the last 4. I think one of my favorites was the daddy-daughter dance.
Yeah.
That was a good time. Tell me, how many girls do you have?
5.
Right. And I
5
saw you
girls.
dancing, and I don't know how you do it with 5.
One at a time, or 5 at a time if I have to.
Do you get messed up during the Cupid Shuffle?
You know, no, I don't. Only thing that messes me up is when everybody else is messed up.
Then, yeah, so...
I think the confusing part is the turn.
Yeah, because there was a couple times I was turned completely the wrong way, but I wasn't the only one, as you saw. So I'm going to follow your lead next year.
Right on. We had a good time.
Yeah.
It was such a good turnout. You know, it was important for us to go this year. It's my oldest daughter's last year being within that age range and ability to go. And it was my youngest daughter's first time going.
Cool.
So it was a cool experience.
And the city puts this on, and to have this 2 days in a row sell out, what's that say about the people of our city?
That's right. That's right. All the fathers, man, taking them girls out and showing them a good time, and you know, showing them what a gentleman is supposed to treat them like.
That's right.
It sets the standard. You know, the next day, next morning, I flew out and went to Georgia to surprise my father for his 60th birthday.
Oh wow!
And he cried like a baby. It was a little weird. I'm not used to seeing my dad cry, but you know, we were talking, and he said, you know, I didn't expect you to make it. I just saw you on Facebook and posting a picture of you and the girls at the daddy-daughter dance, and I, you know, was just proud that you know, are taking them out to the dance, and you know, that's the footsteps that I look to follow. My father took all my sisters to the daddy-daughter dance. And you know, that's what we laughed about that and had a good time. It was a good weekend overall. It was a good weekend.
5 daughters. How do you get out of the house every day? How do you get?
Yeah, that's
it's like
very fast. I usually need to leave so I can go find a restroom to get into. You know, so.
Did you have power?
You know, we have lucked out this storm. We really have. The last big storm that we had, our power was out for 3 days. And I think whatever they fixed must have been the weak point, because we had trees and limbs down everywhere, but somehow we stayed with power. My mother, however, is out of power still. So we actually just had an electrician at her house this morning, and
it sounds like she might have the same problem that I had with the mast thing falling off, and then the electrician has to fix it.
Exactly,
yes,
exactly.
That's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of people who that happened to.
I've been talking to a lot of electricians, and this storm, more than any that they can recall, and really, it's all across these lower counties. So it's an interesting thing. A lot of people don't know that how that works. So.
It is, but I know consumers is doing the best they can to get everybody back on the grid and back in power. They did a wonderful thing this weekend and hosted a breakfast for people to come out to, which I thought was just great. I mean, it's just great to see how the community pulls together in these crises like this, and when situations like this happen, just to see the community to come together and support each other in these moments. So it's just been tough. It's been tough on our city crews getting limbs cleaned up, and the trees out of the streetways and different things like that. It's been a tough week for everybody. It's been a tough week.
There's Garrick Rochow, CEO of Consumers, serving breakfast at Gene Davis on Sunday morning.
Yep.
One of the things I know you're excited about is the annual essay and art contest that the NAACP puts on.
Super, super excited. So, I mean, I'm sure you guys know how important the NAACP has been just in my transformation as a person and an advocate in civil rights and things like that. And this event is something I think that always has inspired me, that the branch does. Generally, what we do is this event happens. We usually try to announce it like right before Thanksgiving, so that way the person who wins, the young person who wins, will be able to come to the MLK Day of Service event that we do. But here's what happens every year. We get it out the week before Thanksgiving, and then Thanksgiving break happens, and then they come back for a couple of weeks, and then Christmas break happens, and then they come back from Christmas break and they go right into the standardized testing that they have to do. And it doesn't give teachers a lot of time to get this information to their students in the system with actually like doing an art project or writing an essay. So this year I made the suggestion, let's just separate it. Let's announce it at the MLK Day of Service and then host it and allow it to go for 45, 60 days, however many days we have to take to get responses, and just do it as a separate event. It's just super important. So we chose a theme this year based on what our theme was for this year's MLK Day of Service, and what we chose as a theme was from Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's speech that he gave at a high school called What's in Your Life's Blueprint. I mean, everybody is used to hearing the I Have a Dream speech, but if they have not heard What's in Your Life's Blueprint, then they're truly missing out. So this is the question that we're posing to the young people is what's in your life's blueprint? And we want to have them write an essay or present a piece of art that represents what's in their life's blueprint. What do they see for themselves in their future and in themselves, and put that in a speech or in a piece of art for us.
I had never heard that quote attributed to Dr. King. In what context was that?
So in the speech, he talked about so many powerful things, and this was to a high school, and I believe it was to a graduating class, and he was asking them, what's in your life's blueprint? And he gave them a set of things that they must have in their life's blueprints. One of those things was you have to have a desire to be the best version of yourself. That you have to, find what it is that you're passionate about or what you do and do it to the best of your ability. One of my favorite lines in there is he said, if you are a street sweeper, sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. I mean, just like that just paints a picture right in my brain to imagine like wanting to do a job so well that it can be compared to something as the artwork that Michelangelo did. I mean, because he was just in his element, all of the work that he did. And when he posed that question of what's in your life's blueprint, it really just made me think this is the question that we should make sure that all our young people should be thinking about. Like, what is in your life's blueprint? What makes it up? What makes you up? What are the things that inspire you? What are you aspiring to become in your life? And let's put that on paper so you can have something to remember it by.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
You got
Thank
1
you.
month to get those essays in.
No, you got longer than that.
Our mayor, Daniel Mahoney.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Good day, Jackson.
More on the morning show right after this.
When it's cold, the last thing you want is your home's heater to quit on you. At 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, our team of comfort specialists take the frustration out of the equation. From simple repairs to more complex fixes, we'll get you warm and comfortable quickly. Just call 855-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com. Don't forget, we're
Always on time, or you don't pay it time. Always on time, or you don't pay it time.
independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Tomorrow is taking shape at Napoleon Schools.
For at least a dozen years I've been at MVP Sports and using them. Ray and Kelly do a great job of getting me the things I need. Shirts, hats, uniforms for basketball teams, shirts for the golf teams.
We've been using MVP Sports for close to 10 years now. The biggest reason that we come back to MVP Sports is because every time that I walk in the door, they treat me like I'm a first-time customer. I would recommend MVP Sports to other businesses as well as anybody in this community.
You are invited to the Jackson County Drug Summit. It is happening March 8th, Wednesday, a week from tomorrow. It's Wednesday. It's next Wednesday.
Today's Tuesday.
Next Wednesday, March 8th, 8 a.m. at the American One Event Center at Keeley Park. A chance to hear all the latest in the fight against opioid addiction. Dr. Kara Poland will be the featured guest speaker. She's a recognized expert in addiction medicine. The day includes presentations by professionals and community members about the impact of opioid drug use in Jackson County, as well as treatment, prevention, and recovery methods. There's a free lunch, a whole day of experts, so be sure and join everyone for the Drug Summit next Wednesday.
We'd like to now welcome from Barker Weber Insurance Agency, Josh Walls. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great to see. I was mentioning it's great to see you during a weekday. We run into each other at the gym
every Saturday.
Oh my goodness.
Watching girls basketball, eating hot dogs and pretzels all day.
Is there anything better?
No. No, it's the best.
There isn't.
We did get in, we were first place this weekend.
That's awesome.
So that was good for us.
Very good.
Yep.
Very good.
It was good to see the girls hold their medals up. And
awesome.
Yeah,
it was fun. That's fun. Hard work pays off, right?
Yep.
Josh is with Barker Weber Insurance Agency, and your brother, Tim, is also there.
He is, yep. Tim is Vice President of Operations and in charge of the healthcare and working with family. I know he's just sitting behind his computer squirming at what I could say today. So
maybe we'll get you to say something here shortly.
Yeah. I need a job when I get back, so we'll keep it clean. But yep.
We also know that Barker Weber is part of the Jackson Commercial Contractors Association, and that's for you as an organization. Why is it important to be part of JCCA?
So several things. Number one, JCCA wants to keep everything local. So we had a meeting a couple months ago with Western School Board. Mike Schmeida came in, keeping it local, right? We've hired Toby Jones as our owner's rep. Mercer's doing the work. Mercer's also broken down the different bids into smaller categories, so more smaller trades can bid on it. So keep it local and keep the people working. So with insurance, I love going to those meetings because I used to be an electrical contractor for 20 years. So I don't really talk insurance there. I love talking to that room full of contractors and picking their brain.
And they probably like talking to someone who knows a little bit about what they're doing, even though you're in the insurance field now.
After the show, would you mind going over to Andy's house?
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
But had I known that, he would have got
a bunch of generators. Just
you
let me
would
know.
have gotten a phone call. That's for sure.
I know also the team at Barker Weber is very involved in the community.
Oh yeah.
Did you know that Josh was a member of the Spring Arbor Fire Department for more than a dozen years?
I think I did that. I did know that.
Yeah, my first time on JTV was Where We Live.
Okay.
With Lloyd and Judy came out and we did the tour of the fire department.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep, and I took them all the way up 100 foot in our new tower truck at the time. And it was fun to see Lloyd just white knuckling that hard to the side rail, but it was fun.
You and I have kind of an interesting similarity. We both started working with our brothers around a year ago. How's that going for you?
Good.
Yeah.
Around our office, Timmy is he's a numbers guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know Tim.
Yeah.
He's pretty straight laced.
Yeah.
And then here I show up. So it was good. We both want the same thing for our customers. We explained it. We have a customer that Tim does their health care, and then I do their building, property and casualty and workman's comp. Yeah. And the lady, we were just talking in general about the differences between us. And I said, well, here's the difference. I said, honestly, this morning this happened. I said, Tim was really nice and brought in Hinckley Donuts and put 2 boxes of donuts for all the staff. And I came behind him and stapled my business card to those boxes. So
that's what brothers are for.
That's what brothers are for,
It's a great idea.
That is a great idea. I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's smart. Wise. Very wise.
Got to outthink them.
Yeah. Well, obviously the storm, right? What's that like in your business? I know that you guys treat all of your customers like family, and I'm sure you've had to have some of those type of conversations.
Yeah. So actually this morning I asked Kate, who does some of our personal line CSR work, and she's handled probably 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And we have several CSRs there, so it's been a really busy week handling claims. And that's a little bit different for us because we want you to call Barker Weber when you have a claim. We really want that personal touch. We don't want to send you to a 1-800 number because you're going to be stuck in line for hours and hours. And sometimes it's not even a claim. It could just be questions we use in the yard or refrigerator. We'll walk you through and help you out.
You live here, your customers live here, and they want to know that they can count on someone here right now.
Right, yep.
Now certainly everybody's got different levels of coverage, but typically with a storm like this, things like your refrigerator contents, are those things covered?
So it's kind of one of those risk and rewards, right? So definitely call us if you have a question. But maybe you have a $500 deductible and you have $300 worth of food in your refrigerator. Like, we want to walk you through and say, well, let's not file a claim, or let's file a claim because your refrigerator did fail and your oven is gone. So let's look at what those numbers look like before we just file a claim for you.
Are there some situations where during a storm you've got to get some work done and work done now? Is it okay to get some work done before the insurance claims?
Yep, you do it. You call us when we're there. So the whole time our building actually lost power.
Yeah.
We never closed, so everyone can work from home. We dispatch people out at 2-hour increments, so that way once they got their computer set up at their house, the next person left. So there was no lack of coverage for our customers.
Yeah, and there's going to be all kinds of claims. I'm sure the trees we've seen so many.
Right.
Trees on the roof, and who knows what kind of financial impact the storm is going to have in our community. But it's likely to be pretty major.
No, it was pretty bad. I remember I left the office late that night just coming home, and I guess I knew the storm was coming, but it was just eerie listening to all the tree branches just fall around you.
Yeah.
And the ice and.
Yeah, it wasn't a historic storm. Jackson County's never had something like that, and hopefully we'll never again.
I know.
Hopefully.
We appreciate you guys and your support of JTV and your sponsorship and all that you do in the community.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Josh Wells from Barker Weber Insurance Agency. More of the morning show after this.
Creating unforgettable memories. CascadesManor.com.
The Pick Center is an independent practice that has provided care to the Jackson area for over 25 years. Doctors O'Neill and Cack supervise antibiotic infusions, as well as those for many other conditions, such as inflammatory bowel, joint, and lung disease, anemia, and multiple sclerosis. Our modern facility is open 7 days a week, and the infusion staff will make you feel right at home. Let your doctor know you have a choice where you receive your next infusion. Remember, when you've picked us, you've picked the best.
Thanks to the Fortress Cafe for providing coffee in the green room today, the CNB green room. Fortress Cafe downtown in the Lean Rocket Lab. They've got indoor seating, plenty of workspaces. Today's roast, medium roast.
Oh, very nice.
And here's one you should try sometime. Rocket Fuel, that's their secret weapon to kickstart any day. Works especially well on cold winter mornings. 4 shots of espresso, a little steamed milk, honey, and cinnamon. Thank you, Fortress Cafe.
That sounds very good. Very, very good.
Governor DeSantis in Florida.
Ron?
Yes. He signed a bill that is going to cause Disney to pay back a lot of taxes and give up control of geography. Well, in the state legislature, Senator Lauren Book filed a new bill intended to make it illegal for a dog to stick its head out the car window. Yes, true story. No dog. This is likely to be considered by the legislature, can be on the running board, fender, hood, or roof of any motor vehicle or any trunk, enclosed cargo space, may not be transported in a car that's being towed. The bill would require dogs to be secured in a crate in the car, so no longer would the dog be able to stick their head out the car window.
What'd you say that gal's name was that introduced the bill?
Florida Senator Lauren Book.
Lauren, dare I say, damn you. Dogs need that fresh air, and that's why they love it.
Yes.
You clearly aren't a dog owner or lover. You know what she probably is? She probably has cats. She probably has cats. Yeah. And her neighbors have dogs. That's so dumb. Well, she was elected to something?
Broward County.
Oh. Hey, tomorrow morning, join us. Stephanie Kristovic from Jackson Catholic Schools will be here. And Corey Mays, and he's going to talk about the new downtown Jackson social district. That will be here finally, even though it was kind of approved a few years ago, but it's really going to come together now.
March 17th.
March 17th.
St. Patrick's Day.
Patty's Day. And we'll also have Corbin Swint, the general manager at Dollenberger's. And every year when he's here before St. Patrick's Day, we get
Don't call it Shamrock Shake.
Well, you just, no, it's the Patty Shake.
St. Patty Shake.
The Patty Shake.
Yeah.
The Patty Shake.
Later today on the afternoon show, we have Danielle Piquette from the Jackson County Department on Aging, Terry Didos and Megan Hayward from Consumers Energy, the robotics competition this weekend at SAU, Paige McCafferty from Ellis-Sharp Museum, and Craig Hatch and Haley Hamig from Experience Jackson and the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce. That's coming up later today. Thanks to you for joining us, and we will see you this afternoon.
Bye-bye.